Inreach 嘅發展自我成長 ，outreach 係開
Hard life here for boom stands.
I know. And 21st century technology has not advanced the microphone stand beyond what it was in 1952. If you need to open a window, then please open a window. Although it's going to then be
或者係佢閂咗佢自己，喺呢邊都可以啦。
呢度咪坐。
你可以呢個可以。
擠住喺度。Sorry。Switch to the microphone. Oh, more again. Good.
Hare Krishna. Testing.
So, welcome everyone to part 2, or follow-up to our seminar from a few weeks ago.
咁歡迎大家咧繼續參與咧，我哋延續上幾個禮拜之前上過嘅一堂課。
What did we call our seminar?
我哋叫嗰堂課
Within reach.
Outreach within reach.
Yes.
Outreach within reach.
開拓社群啦，發展自我啦。
Yes, outreach within reach and outreach with Inreach. Yeah.
開拓社群，發展自我，而從內在開始。
So some of you were here last time, and some of you are here for the first time.
咁上一次應該我見到有啲熟悉嘅面口，應該都有參加。今次有啲人應該係第一次參加嘅。
And that's okay, but well, it's anyway going to be whatever it is.
冇問題嘅，係啦，都
Trying not to be too structured.
我哋都希望呢個課堂唔會話太有規範嘅。
I thought as a little icebreaker.
咁我想一開始有啲破冰
we can do a little thought experiment.
我哋可以做一個思考嘅實驗。
So, as many or all of you know, in the tradition, Indian tradition, it's understood there are several different mystic powers that can be obtained.
咁咧，可能大家都知道啦，喺印度嘅傳統入面咧，有一啲神秘力量咧，我哋係可以獲得嘅。
And by way of reminder, the main 8 of these mentioned are
咁而呢8種我哋可以獲得嘅神秘力量係
reducing the body size down to the size of an atom.
咁就係咧可以將咧我哋嘅身體咧縮細到一粒原子咁大嘅啫。
Or expanding the body to an infinitely large size.
或者可以無限咁咧擴大我哋嘅身體。
Becoming heavy.
可以變得重啦。
Becoming almost weightless.
或者可以變到咧係無重量嘅啦。
The ability to be anywhere at will.
可以咧係隨心所欲咧就去邊一個地方都得。
To realize whatever you desire.
咁可以咧實現任何你希望嘅事情。
Prakamya.
嗰個 prakamya
Then there's Ishtva, supremacy over nature.
咁然後就係咧有掌控大自然嘅力量啦。
Vashitva, control of natural forces.
咁可以控制啲自然嘅力量。
And Kama avasayitva, complete satisfaction. Okay, that seems like something else too. Anyway, these are some of the powers. There are others like clairvoyance. Clairvoyance means being able to see through things, see the future.
咁當然咧，呢啲就係大致上呢個主要嘅神秘力量嘅。咁另外其實仲有一啲嘅，咁就例如可能佢有千里眼啦，或者係佢有可以嗰個視域咧，可以睇到未來嘅視域。
There's Advandvam, which is tolerance of dualities like heat and cold.
咁例如佢可以有啲係超強嘅容忍力啦，可以容忍咧兩極嘅，例如好熱或者好凍嘅狀態都可以忍受到嘅能力。
So here's what we're going to do.
咁呢個就我哋嚟緊會做嘅。
For a 24-hour period,
可以喺未來24個小時。
Imagine that you get one of these siddhis.
你想像下，如果你可以未來24小時獲得其中一種呢啲神秘力量
Only one.
只有一種
Whichever one you want.
邊一種都得，但只係一種。
And so please explain to the person next to you which one you would choose and why.
咁你就要同你隔離嗰人解釋，就係你揀邊一種同埋點解會揀呢一種神秘力量。
Okay.
好。
You want to hear the list again?
你想唔想聽多次嗰個邊幾種啊
Okay, anima means becoming very, very tiny.
變細嘅能力。
Mahima becoming very, very great.
變到好巨大嘅能力。
Garima becoming very heavy.
變得好重嘅能力。
Lagima becoming very light.
變得好輕嘅能力。
Prapti, ability to be anywhere you like.
可以隨意去任何地方嘅能力。
Prakamya, realizing whatever you want.
可以實現咧獲得你任何想要嘅嘢嘅能力。
Ishtva, supremacy over nature.
控制大自然嘅力量嘅能力。
Vashitva, control of natural forces. There's some difference there.
係第二個有少少好似分別嘅，咁但都係講就係點樣控制大自然個能量嗰啲力量咯。
Kama vashayitva, complete satisfaction.
咁最後一個就係話咧獲完全嘅滿足感嘅能力。
The ability to fulfill kama desire.
哦，就係咧佢可以滿足咧你嗰個karma，即係話果報嗰啲咧，你想要慾望咧，你都可以得到嘅力量。
So you get one of these.
你可以有其中一種。
And for 24 hours you
24個鐘頭之內。
What are you going to do? Which one are you going to choose and what are you going to do with it? Why do you want it?
咁就係你要解釋就係話你會攞呢個能力，你會攞邊個能力啦？你會攞呢個能力嚟做乜啦？點解你會想要呢個能力啦？好，咁開始。
Okay, this is just for fun.
係啦，玩嘅啫，玩嘅啫。
Don't worry, you're not committing yourself one bit.
karma 嗰個咧，係咪話我就冇晒即係業報啊 karma 就其實佢業報嗰個 karma 係咪 desire？
佢嗰個係慾望啊，佢意思係慾望唔係果報，即係
我達到我想要嘅慾望。
係啦，滿足你嘅 karma。
有時達到我慾望係我嘅慾望係 karma 嘅，係咩喎？
隨你中意，我唔 comment 係啦。總之呢個能力係可以滿足你嘅慾望。
我以為可以所謂滿足就係唔需要任何嘅慾望。
咁你可以唔揀呢個，你可以唔揀呢個能力㗎嘛？你個 KAMA， 我聽緊 karma， krsna-ksetra 咧就係一樣嘢。Everything done。唔係啊，我本成日俾人講執同嘴，我已經我知道我要識到one week。但嗰時候呢個同講嘅係一個係用你話邊個能力
I was also on the beginning where there's only 24 hours, like 24 hours, right? So I could be used to it. I could go visit my dad, he just had an accident, I could go visit him, I could go, I could go
But you were trying to understand something that things that I must understand. 咁我要諗
You want them all? I want them all.
I like to be taller, you know, I like to be larger. I'm very small, so I feel quite like to feel it's like to like I can keep it very
Want to push up?
Only 24 hours. And that make you want it more after.
跟住6個鐘，咁我就可以收埋我就冇仔啊，
Whereas like, if I could have there was no time limit. It's like, oh, you know, then I might think about it a little bit different. I'm like, oh, okay. The clairvoyance would also be very nice. It's only 24 hours. What's the use? Right.
例如我要去泰國去參考啦，跟住我會之後跟住講到係4樣，包唔包㗎？我以為我就有得半年，又係食用24個鐘頭去參考，有得半年，好似 check 得到加歷史嘅。
2 more minutes.
大家仲有2分鐘，仲有2分鐘。
仲有2分鐘。Again, my question is, I wonder what you forget. But I think, what about in terms of the voluntary desires?
The last one is about
consider the voluntary desires.
all the wishes fulfilled or just satisfaction.
Buddha's the body wants to go to the shop and do all that.
That way.
You get a measure of that control just from the simple side.
All these songs are awesome. 咁樣入我出去啊！你喺24個鐘頭之後做得轉落去。
Can make you a godness.
Very egocentric.
Solitude, you know? There's so many around the world. They create havoc.
千零眼。
Thank God it's only 24 hours. Because you get God made popping up everywhere. Some for the wrong reasons.
個彈性。
This weekend is Rath Yatra. Every Easter weekend is Rath Yatra.
特定嘅未來就好啦，見到啲唔開心嘅咁樣去改唔改都仲要未來。
Well, that seems to be a popular subject.
咁睇嚟呢個係一個好受歡迎嘅話題喎。
You were all very. I think we broke the ice.
大家都好踴躍，我哋應該冇乜隔膜㗎啦，大家都。
Anyone want to share which city you chose?
有冇人想分享一下邊一個神秘力量你哋想要獲得啊？
Suddenly they're all silent.
突然之間靜晒啦，大家又。
Yes. Sure. Huh? To be anywhere.
想去周圍可以都去到嘅能力。
So what would you do in your 24 hours of being anywhere? Hold it down.
24個鐘頭之後就攞呢個能力去朝聖啦，可以。
Very nice devotional meditation.
好有奉獻冥想力嘅呢個用法。
Anyone else?
仲有冇其他人？
Madhudi?
講中文啦。
我可以。
我要想要得到完全嘅滿足。
complete satisfaction, fulfill my desire.
Ah, okay. That kind of covers everything.
乜都包晒啦呢個就。
But it's only for 24 hours.
得24個鐘啫喎。
That's enough.
夠㗎啦，夠㗎啦。
Okay. Anyone else?
仲有冇
Clairvoyance.
Oh.
For 24 hours. What are you going to do with your clairvoyance?
Because I always make wrong decisions. I don't have a sense, so I want to have a clear
Vision of the future.
maybe near future, 24 hours is enough. Yeah. I don't want to be too far away, but at least that I make the correct decision.
Oh, okay.
咁想有嗰個就有嗰個預知力啊，咁就去等佢可以喺未來24個鐘頭之內咧，可以知道佢揀邊一個先係一個好嘅抉擇嘅，因為佢話Madhudi就話自己驚成日做錯決定嘅，咁至少未來24個鐘可以見到短暫嘅未來，咁就可以做啱嘅決定。
Yes.
Realize whatever they desire.
Realize what? Okay, so that was the last one also.
No, the middle.
The middle one?
Realize whatever desire.
哦 number 6
心想事成嗰個啊，即係所有想要嗰個實現咗佢嗰個。
I know, in that 24 hours you would buy an apartment, right?
係啊，24個鐘頭之後即刻買翻間樓啦。
I didn't think of that. Maybe.
I'm that as well. I'm with you. I'm with you.
Oh.
No. Hope that I realize when I decide Krishna, I realize Krishna.
Oh, within 24 hours, full realization of Krishna.
I don't have to change so many years.
You can retire from spiritual life. I realize perfection.
咁Madhudi就話會用呢個超能力咧，咁就24個鐘頭之內咧就覺唔到咧至尊主啊，咁就已經咁係啦，咁Maharaj就得㗎啦，咁你個靈性亦都可以之後退休嘅，因為你達到咗完美啦。
Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, Srila Prabhupada's guru, used to tell one story.
咁Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur咧，咁就係聖巴布巴嘅靈性導師，咁佢曾經講過一個故事嘅。
About a poor man in Bengal whose job it was to pull the barges, the big boats along the canal. One canal he had to pull. It was very hard work.
咁就係咧喺以前喺孟加拉有個窮嘅人啦，佢嘅工作咧就要喺啲運河嘅隔離咧，用繩咧去拖住咧嗰啲好擠咗重物嗰啲船。
And somehow he was given a blessing by a sage that he could have any wish he desired fulfilled.
咁有一日咧，佢得到咗一個聖人咧嘅祝福啦，咁就係咧佢可以咧實現咧佢嘅祝福咧就係佢可以實現任何佢想得到嘅願望欲。
So what did he choose?
咁佢揀咗咩咧
He said, just if there would be pillows, cushions along the whole pathway, so that when I pull, it would be easy on my feet.
咁跟住佢就話：我嘅願望咧就係希望我拖住嗰啲寵物嗰條船嘅時候，至少條路咧會鋪晒一啲 cushion 啊、軟嘅嘢，等我行嘅時候行得可以舒服啲。
So the point is, we all, whatever we think we want, it's always within a limited frame of what we think is possible.
咁就係話咧，呢個故事嘅寓意咧就係話，其實我哋好多時想獲得嗰啲嘢，都係咧喺我哋咧有限嗰個知識啦，同埋目光入面咧而所做出嘅一個願望嚟嘅啫。
And in our lives, this is what we tend to do by the nature of our minds. We develop habits of thought which involve limitation.
咁呢個亦都係咧同我哋咧嗰個思想啦、嗰個特質有關啦。咁我受到我哋咧一個思考咧嗰個局限知識嘅限制。咁所以其實我哋咧做出嗰個思想咧其實係好有限嘅。
So last time we were doing a bit of reflection about our own, about the trajectory of our lives.
咁所以咧，我哋上一次咧喺課堂嗰度咧，我哋咧就咧做一個預測啦，即係就係睇下我哋未來嘅人生咧。如果我哋要一個規劃嘅時候咧，咁有啲咩規劃
？We gave ourselves 100-year lifespan.
我哋假設俾咗自己有100年嘅壽命。
And we put a mark on that, indicating today.
咁我哋亦都咧喺條線上面咧畫咗一點，就代表係嗰一日啦。
And then we made some notes of what we considered significant moments in our life up to the present.
咁我哋咧就喺嗰條線之前嗰段，即係過去發生咗嗰啲咧，我哋就畫翻一啲記號，代表咧喺嗰個年份啊，你嗰歲數咧發生咗啲咩特定嘅大事情。
And then we asked, what do we want to see happen in our lives in the remaining time that we have in this life?
然後咧，我哋咧就再問啦，就係話我哋希望係今生啦，剩低嗰啲日子，我哋希望有啲咩大事，有啲咩重要嘅事情會發生。
Yeah, right, Tom?
Yes, we did that. Yes.
So those of you who were here last time, did you think about this?
咁上一次有喺度參加嘅人啦，你哋有冇諗到或者諗過啊？即係
冇得諗。
有冇翻去繼續諗一諗咧？
冇得諗。
Not really.
哦，冇乜諗到啊，原來。
The whole idea of this today was to be a follow-up to that.
但今堂其實係想延續翻上一次討論嗰啲嘅喎，大家有冇翻屋企諗啊？到底
？Right, Tom? This was your idea.
咦，Tom 係搬你嘅意見？
唔好意思啊，唔好意思，唔好意思。
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Share something.
So,
I'm about as guilty as everyone else.
We feel shy to share.
No, you don't have to say. But I wondered if you had thought of.
Okay.
大家有冇翻去做功課咧？呢個思想嘅實驗。
You thought about it?
A bit, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
你有諗過嘅，諗一啲咧？
I don't think I came to any conclusions, but.
我冇個結論嘅，但我有諗到嘅。
That's all right. There don't have to be too fixed conclusions.
咁 OK 㗎啦，咁唔使話好個特定或一定要去點樣嘅，夠㗎啦。
But it's something to think about, isn't it?
但係要諗㗎喎，係咪
？The saying, today is the first day of the rest of your life.
成一個講法就係話咧，今日永遠就係你餘下嘅人生咧嘅第一日嚟嘅。
And however many years we may have, or months or days, even if we say so many years, that's also so many days.
咁但係我哋就係話咧，其實無論係幾多年、幾多月或者幾多日咧，對於剩低落嚟嘅日子，如果你細分去，其實都係一日一日咁計啦，數落去。
Now, as devotees, we're probably all thinking, in this life I want to perfect my life and go back home, back to God.
作為奉獻者，我哋好多時都會咁諗啦。我哋今生咧就一定咧要咧將我哋嗰個靈修咧要去達到完美，咁等我哋可以回歸守神嘅。
And we say, yes, that's it, okay.
咁我哋通常就係就係咁樣噶啦，呢個就目標啦。
Great. Where's prasadam?
正啊！跟住我哋去榮耀祭魚喺邊度？我哋榮耀祭魚。
And then we're sort of hoping against hope, that somehow we're going to get there.
咁通常我哋咧就係諗過又諗咧，好多個好希望啦、渴望就係我哋可以達到呢個境界。
And sometimes we may feel more encouraged, and sometimes we may feel not so encouraged.
咁有啲日子可能我哋會覺得好受鼓舞嘅，但係有啲日子又可能有啲失落嘅。
Sometimes if there's a really ecstatic kirtan, then we think, yes, Krishna, Hare Krishna. Right there, I'm coming, Krishna.
或者有陣時我哋可能咧去到一場咧好激昂啊嗰啲集體唱誦嗰啲活動嘅時候咧，你嗰刻個心態就係嚟緊啊 Krishna， 我嚟緊啦，我翻嚟啦咁樣。
And some days, Hare Krishna. Maybe we're not so fired up.
咁有陣時有啲日子咧就可能你覺得係啦，可能都未係好熟咁樣啦，係啦，都唔係好多動力啊咁樣。
And then we may feel some discouragement and some doubt.
有陣時我哋會甚至好有懷疑咧，或者係咧覺得好有打擊添嘅。
So I'm speaking about outreach in relation to Inreach. So what does this mean, Inreach?
咁我哋一開始有陣時會講咧，就係咧擴展嗰個社群，但另一方面我哋都講咧去發展自己嘅內在。咁我哋講發展自己內在部分係咩咧
Well, we as the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, we speak a lot about outreach.
咁我哋呢個協會咧，我哋其實講好多就係點樣去向外擴展我哋呢個社群嘅。
And that's as it should be because we have a mission.
咁呢個係應該嘅，因為我哋有一個任務喺度。
We want to give as many people as possible the opportunity to hear about Krishna.
因為我哋希望可以俾咧更加多人有更加多嘅機會咧去聽到有關 Krishna 嘅事。
And at the same time, the question may be how to be effective in such outreach.
但同時間咧，另一個問題就係我哋點樣可以有效咁樣咧去做到呢個向外擴展呢社群嘅呢個任務。
And of course, our sort of primary model for how to be effective in outreach is Srila Prabhupada.
咁而最基本咧就係話最開始嗰個模式就係我哋點樣咧可以去向外擴展向外傳教咯，呢個就巴寶巴本身講嗰樣嘢。典範。
Because we see how effective he was.
我哋就以巴寶巴為典範咧，因為佢係非常之有效嘅啲傳教。
So what I want to suggest, my sort of main point of all of this is, in order to be effective in outreach, we also have to do some inreach.
咁所以咧，我其實想總括講嘅就係話咧，如果我哋想有效咁樣咧，能夠去向外擴展我哋呢一個活動嘅話咧，首先我哋其實咧要向內咧發展先嘅。
And this is very much part of our tradition.
咁而其實呢個亦都同我哋嘅傳統咧係一直都有咁做嘅。
The fourth of 4 verses of the Chatur Shloki Bhagavatam. There's 4 verses in the 2nd canto.
咁喺博伽雅談咧第二卷裏面有4句嘅詩嘅。
Says Etavani vijigyasan tattva jigyasanatma anvaya yatarikavyam yasyat sarvatra sarvada. That this search for truth is something that should be done in all circumstances, in all times.
咁尋找真理呢一回事咧，其實咧係喺任何情況、任何時候都應該做嘅。
And so I think we can apply this also to our search within.
咁我相信咧，對於我哋要發展自己嘅內在咧，亦都可以應用到呢一句。
Okay, so I have a sort of loose mixture of things I want to share, which I think can all contribute to this project, which we each need to do ourselves.
咁我而家手頭有一啲零碎嘅一啲想帶出嘅一啲嘅重點啦，咁咧係可以咧有助咧我哋咧去做到咧呢一個活動呢個計劃嘅，咁就係向內發展。
And you may find some ideas more useful and some less.
咁你覺得可能當中有啲想法咧會比較有用，或者有啲會相對比較冇用啊？
And that's fine.
冇問題嘅。
You can think of it as a toolbox.
你可以想像呢個只係一個工具箱咁樣。
You can take out whichever tool works, you know how to work with.
你可以喺中間咧揀選咧啱你用嘅嗰啲工具。
So one of these tools I would suggest goes like this.
其中一個工具咧個做法用法係咁嘅。
Because we're talking about spiritual life, which has a kind of vague. It seems kind of vague and undefined.
咁因為有陣時我成日講咧靈性嘅生活啦，咁其實可能有啲空泛嘅有啲唔係好實在嘅講得。
What if we start with our own physical body and ask ourselves the question, how do I feel about what is my relation? Because we understand we're different from the body. So what is my experience of my relation to my body?
咁所以我哋第一件事可能諗嘅就係咧由我哋身體出發先嘅。嗱，我哋大家都應該知道咧，我哋同我同埋個身體咧係兩回事嚟嘅，奉獻者都知道。咁但係第一件事就係話，咁我同呢一個身體嘅關係係乜嘢咧
？Would you say it's a good relation?
你會唔會話我同我個身體有一個好好嘅關係
？Or not such a good relation?
定係你會話其實我同我身體都唔係好好嘅個關係
？What sort of emotion do you feel in relation to your body, or what set of emotions?
咁你對你呢個身體會有啲咩情緒產生咗咧
And I want to suggest a possible set of emotions, a sort of range of emotions one might feel.
咁我可能嚟緊會列舉一啲大家可能會感覺到嘅一啲嘅情緒啦，我會列舉一啲。
And we're going to start at, so to say, the bottom of a list that goes up. So if you want to make a list, start at the bottom of your paper.
咁咧我呢個呢張清單咧就會咧逐漸向上講嘅，咁所以我哋由底嗰啲情緒講先嘅，我哋會。
So we're going to start with apathy, a sense of, there's no hope.
咁我哋首先由一個絕望啲嘅狀態講起。
For latecomers, we're thinking about our relationship to our own body as part of a process of Inreach. Okay, apathy is a sense of I can't do it, or impossible, or no hope.
係一種無力絕望感啦，就係覺得你覺得冇希望㗎啦，我一定唔會做得到㗎啦，冇晒希望可以成功。
Then above apathy, there's grief.
咁向上啲啦，咁就係悲傷。
A sense of, oh, how unfortunate I am to have this body.
咁第一個就係話好不幸啊，我有呢個身體。
I'm going to go a little quickly with this. Next above this is fear.
跟住再上咧就係恐懼。
Might be fear of what could happen to the body.
你可能會恐懼就係話嚟緊會對我身體會發生嘅事情好恐懼。
Above this is desire.
再上少少咧就係慾望。
I feel the desires of my body are sort of the most defining thing about me and my body.
咁你嘅個身體咧係有啲慾望啦，而呢個慾望咧其實就係咧定義咗咧你咧同埋你呢個身體嘅。咁呢個慾望。
Above this is anger at my own body, the behavior of my body.
咁再上少少就係憤怒，可能係嬲緊啦，就係話咧我身體啦同埋我做之後所做嘅行動啦。
And above this is pride.
跟住就驕傲。
I have a very nice body.
我身體好掂好正，唔代表本人。
Above this, there is a sense of courage. I can do it.
再上少少咧就係勇氣，就係話我可以做到嘅。
With this body, we will cross over the ocean of material existence.
就係話我靠住我呢個身體咧，我可以跨越呢一個物質嘅海洋。
Above courage is a sense of acceptance. My body is what it is. It's not a bad thing. It's not necessarily a good thing. It is what it is.
咁再上啲嗰個咧就係接受嘅，就係我身體就係咁樣啦。咁我會接受佢，我身體就係咁樣咯。
And I'll make the best use of a bad bargain.
我會好好咁利用我身體。
And finally, above this is a sense of peace, shanti, that all is well. Whatever happens, everything is good.
咁再上咧就係平靜嘅和平嘅一個心境嘅，呢個心境就係話好安詳啦，咁就係你接受咗同埋係好好嘅嗰個能量係和平平安。
So of course, at different times, we may have different feelings about our body.
咁可能喺唔同嘅時候咧，我哋對我哋身體咧有唔同嘅感想啦。
But maybe there's a bit of a theme. Maybe there's something that comes sort of as a theme song in our sense of who we are in relation to our body.
咁但可能大致上其實會有一個主題嘅，呢個主題講緊就係話你同你個身體嗰個關係，呢個主題係乜嘢？
So this is something to think about. How would we articulate? How would we say, what is my relation to my body?
咁所以我哋咧而家係要整理一下，就係話到底我同我呢個身體個關係，我哋要諗一諗係乜嘢啦。
In our modern culture, we are encouraged to identify fully with our bodies.
咁喺現代嗰個文化咧，其實我哋好多時咧都會鼓勵就係話人係應該係認同自己個身體嘅。
As devotees, we learn that body and soul are thoroughly different.
咁作為奉獻者啦，我哋係好清楚咧，就係話我哋嘅靈魂同我哋嘅身體係完全有差別嘅，唔係一樣嘅。
And yet, we know we are somehow in these bodies.
但我哋知道啦，唔知點解咧，我哋就喺呢個身體入面。
And this is what we have for this lifetime.
咁呢個就係我哋今世有，即係我哋獲得嘅嘢啦。
We have the gross body and we have our consciousness, our subtle mind.
我哋有呢個粗糙嘅物質軀體啦，咁然後我哋有一個精微啲嘅，可能係思想啊，同埋嗰個靈即心意啊。
So, in thinking about what it is we would like to see happen in the time that we have, let's also consider what is our feeling about our bodies.
咁所以當我哋思考緊話喺我哋未來剩低嘅人生嗰度時候，我哋都要重新思索，就係話我哋同我哋個身體之間嗰個關係。
Now, as we get older, we become more and more aware of limitations of the body.
我哋越嚟越老嘅時候，我哋就越嚟越會發覺我哋嘅身體係能力有限嘅。
Right? And so our attitude, our relation to our body is changing as a result of that.
亦都因為咁咧，所以我哋同我哋個身體嘅關係咧，其實係開始有啲改變。
At the same time, we want to understand how it is that we are not limited by our bodies.
但同時間我哋亦都要知道就係話，我哋唔係受制於我哋嘅身體嘅。
And what that means is maybe we have to do some Inreach to explore how to expand our self-awareness.
咁所以點解我哋要做呢一個探知自己嘅內在嘅呢一啲活動啦、呢啲練習啦，就係咧要希望可以知道我哋點樣可以擴展咧我哋嗰個意識係啦，點樣去擴展我哋嘅意識嘅覺現自我意識。
Which means seeing possibility beyond what we normally take as limiting our possibility.
就係話我哋咧希望可以咧探知咧知道睇到啦，就係話仲有啲乜嘢可塑性啦、一啲機會啦，係可以超越咗咧我哋見到嘅呢個受嘅限制，唔再係淨係受限制啦。
I think this is very much what you do in practice of yoga asana.
咁呢個就係咧，好似係我哋平時咧喺 asana 咧瑜伽呢個收集咧，有陣時都會做嘅練習。
Right? It's all about stretching.
咁可能係講點樣伸展啦。
Which means extending or stretching what have been limitations, extending and stretching those limitations.
咁其實佢講嘅就係點樣去喺嗰個限制入面咧，逐漸擴大咧伸展咧延展呢一個咧局限，超越呢個限制嘅。
So we're practicing yoga, and yoga, one aspect of yoga means stretching.
咁所以其實喺修練瑜伽咧，其中一個特性咧就係講緊伸展嘅。
And so I think the famous comment from Srila Prabhupada about the word impossible is very helpful.
咁我諗起咧聖巴布巴咧有一個好出名咧嘅一段講關於不可能嘅一個引言咧，係可能對我哋有啲幫助嘅。
Several of you know this story, but I'll repeat briefly.
應該有好多人聽過啲故仔，不過我會重複多一次。
In Los Angeles, Srila Prabhupada was not satisfied with the speed at which his devotees were producing his books.
咁喺洛杉磯嘅時候咧，聖巴布巴咧對於佢啲門徒咧喺度出版佢嘅書咧嘅速度咧就感到唔係好滿意。
So he called the BBT devotees together, and he said, "We need to produce the Chaitanya Charitamrita."
咁佢於是咧就叫晒咧嗰陣時咧ISKCON 嗰個出版書商啦，負責嘅嗰啲奉獻者咧，嗰啲人咧就同佢哋講，就話咧我哋咧要加快，想快啲印到咧主卓坦日經出嚟。
And Chaitanya Charitamrita with Prabhupada's purports is not as long, but it's similar length as his Bhagavatam.
咁嗰陣時咧係對亦都嗰個主旨佢有講過咧，就係話其實雖然主卓坦日經咧唔係好似博伽亞談咁長，但其實差唔多嘅，佢哋個長度係。
Actually, it has more verses than the Bhagavatam.
其實應該佢比聖典博伽亞談有更加多嘅詩字嘅。
And Prabhupada said, "I want the whole set to be produced." That means produced and printed in 2 months.
咁嗰陣時咧，聖巴布巴咧同佢哋講咧，啲奉獻者講就話咧，我要咧呢本書咧面世嘅。咁而佢講面世嘅意思咧係包括埋咧出版啦、印刷咧可以推廣開去，而呢一切要喺2個月之內發生。
And I don't remember if it was Radha Vallabha Prabhu or Rameshwar Prabhu. They said, "Prabhupada, that's impossible."
咁我唔記得當時係邊一個奉獻者，著名2個奉獻者講啦。咁佢就話聖巴布巴冇可能嘅。
And Prabhupada said, "Impossible is a word in a fool's dictionary."
咁聖巴布巴就話啦，冇可能呢一個字咧係只有喺一個愚蠢嘅人嘅字典入面先會出現嘅。
And that was the end of the conversation.
咁成個對話亦都終結咗啦。
And so they went to work, and it was a 24-hour-a-day project.
咁咧於是佢啲奉獻者翻去繼續做啦。咁呢個就係一個每日24小時不停要做嘅工作。
Including the artists. The artists were working in shifts. One artist would be working on a painting, then he would go to bed, the next artist would continue on the same painting.
咁當時連咧畫嗰啲插圖嗰啲畫家都唔可以休息啊！當一個人咧畫完去瞓覺嘅時候，另一個畫家就要接手畫翻同一張，繼續畫落去同一張插畫。
And they were transcribing prophets, recording translation. They were typesetting, and the typesetting was very primitive compared to how it's done today.
咁而當同時亦都包括就係佢哋聽巴布巴嗰啲錄音啦，寫翻出嚟啦，仲包埋要翻譯啦。咁而當時甚至佢哋打字咧嗰啲技術咧，喺當時係非常之原始嘅，同而家啲技術比起上嚟。
And they did it in 2 months.
但佢哋2個月之內做到啦。
17 volumes.
17冊。
17 volumes.
17冊2個月之內。
There were quite many mistakes.
其實本書都幾多錯漏嘅。
But Prabhupada was satisfied.
但巴布巴好滿意。
So the point is about we tend to set limitations to ourselves based on how we relate to our bodies, which is very much about our emotional sense of our bodies.
咁我哋好多時咧覺得我哋係受限於我哋個身體咧，其實更加多時候咧係受限於咧我哋呢種對身體咧嗰個情緒上嗰個認知同理解嘅。
And that's why I think it can help to articulate for oneself what is my feeling about this body.
咁所以我覺得咧係有需要就係話我哋要整理一下，就係到底我哋同我哋嘅身體之間嗰個情緒嗰個關係咧，你對個身體有咩感想？我覺得要整理一下嘅。
Because then one can cross beyond that limitation, which is based on that emotion.
因為咧，只有咧去理解咗啦，整理咗就係知道我哋係用一個咩嘅心上去理解呢個身體咧，我哋先至有機會去跨越呢一個限制嘅。
Because that emotion or set of emotions related to the body, it's related to what? The body is composed of senses.
咁呢一個情緒就係我哋對呢個身體產生嘅嗰啲情緒嘅嗰個理解咧，其實亦都係喺個身體入面咧係有關嘅，因為呢個身體係包含住我哋嘅感官嘅。
And so the mind, which is the center of our emotions, it's kind of it's tuned in to the body, but it also, out of habit, it starts dictating to the body what it can do and what it can't do.
咁而我哋情緒嘅中心咧，就係我哋嘅心意。好多時咧，我哋咧就係會同我哋嗰個身體咧係協調咗啦，即係受制於我嘅身體。但另一方面咧，其實佢係會漸漸咧去控制翻，就係話我哋嗰個身體咧嘅一啲動作，即係個心意係決定咗我哋嘅身體嗰個限制嘅。
And above the mind is what?
Intelligence.
咁而心意之上係乜嘢咧？仲有智力。
So we have sense objects.
咁我哋首先有感官嘅對象啦。
And then we have the senses.
我哋有心意啦。
Which equals body, physical.
我哋感官唔好意思係感官，咁亦佢等於咗係我哋嘅身體嘅。
And above the senses, we have what? What do we have above the senses?
Mind.
咁感官之上係心意啦。
Okay. And above the mind? Intelligence.
咁之後就智力。
Intelligence. Is that 2 L's? And what's above the intelligence?
咁再智力之上係乜嘢？
The soul. Yes, that's us.
咁就係我哋啦，個靈魂啦 ，Atma。
Okay, so we tend to get kind of stuck here. And we tend to be beings of habit, right?
咁咧，我哋通常咧就係受制於咧下面咧嗰3項嘅多啲嘅，而呢個咧亦都係同我哋咧一啲咧係帶有習慣性嘅一啲生物體咧係有關，我哋有個習慣培養出嚟嘅。
And so we tend to think in certain ways, which we've been practicing over so many years.
咁經歷咗咁多年，我哋其實咧可能係慣於咧係接受某一套嘅思考方式啦，有一套習性咧出現咗。
And so the question is, how do we open up to the intelligence?
咁所以問題就係我哋點樣可以咧再向智力上面咧去開啟。
And what I want to suggest is the key is questions.
咁而我想提議嘅咧就係話重點就係要問問題。
Asking questions.
要問問題。
Asking questions of ourselves.
問有關我哋自我嘅問題。
And questions which are especially on the subject of what is possible.
咁同埋個主題應該就係話有咩可能性。
Yeah. The intelligence, and this opens us up to fresh possibility of making choices.
咁而當我哋喺度發問咧，從向上智力去開啟我哋嘅智力嘅時候咧，同時亦都會開啟咗啲新嘅機會嘅。有啲咩係我哋可以做嘅？
As long as we are limited on the level of mind, then we're not really making choices so much. It's more the 3 modes of nature that are making the choices.
其實當我哋咧，如果係受限於我哋嗰個心意嗰個層面嘅時候咧，其實基本上我哋都冇乜做過選擇，因為喺嗰個階段我哋都仲係好受制於咧3種自然屬性嘅能量影響。
So this gets us back to my little icebreaker experiment.
咁就咧翻返去頭先最開始我哋玩嗰個遊戲啦。
It was in the form of what if.
咁我哋係問緊就係話，假如
What if for 24 hours I would have some siddhi? What would I do?
如果假如我喺24個鐘頭之內可以獲得一個神秘嘅能量力量，我會做啲咩咧
This kind of opens up the mind. What would I do?
佢係會咧擴闊咗我哋嗰個心意嗰個思考嘅嘢。
Which another way of putting it is, what is it that I normally don't allow myself to think I could do?
咁亦都咧，其實可能咧係會挑戰緊咧，就係諗翻就係我平時咧係會逼自己唔好向某一個方向諗嘅，咁嗰個係咩方向咧
So this questioning is integral to this Inreach.
咁所以呢啲問題其實包含在咧，就係一個發展自己內在咧嗰啲方法。
It's on one hand, it's asking a question. Hello, what's in there? What's going on?
一方面我哋其實就等於問緊喺入面，hi 你好啊，入面發生緊咩事啊
And on the other side, it's asking, okay, so what else? What could be? What's possible?
咁另一方面，其實我哋問緊就係 OK 冇問題。咁之後咧，我哋可以做啲乜嘢咧？仲有啲咩可能性我哋可以做咧
And part of that question is, am I making assumptions about what's possible which are not accurate?
咁當中其實可能會發現就係會唔會其實我做咗好多嘅假設咧？假設咗就係話呢一樣嘢係唔可能嘅咧。
Am I making assumptions based on my habitual way of how I feel about my body?
我做嘅呢啲假設會唔會係基於就係以往我對我身體嘅一啲嘅感想、一啲嘅感覺而做呢啲假設咧
Is there another way to feel about the body?
有冇第二個方法佢可以感知感受我嘅身體咧
Could I come up from a lower attitude to a more liberating attitude?
我可以有乜辦法可以由一個比較低層次嘅嗰個態度去向上啦，咁去解脫獲得一個更加高層次嘅一個嘅理解咧
Could I come up from apathy through grief, fear? Could I move up to acceptance?
我可唔可以咧由最絕望啦、悲傷啦、失落啦，逐漸向上咧去到接受呢一個嘅心水咧？
And if I wanted to do that, how would I do it?
咁如果我想咁做嘅時候，我點樣可以做到咧？
And the answer again has to do with questioning.
咁同樣我哋個做法咧就係我哋要問問題啦。
You're going to ask yourself, this feeling that I have, let's take for example fear. We may have fear of falling sick, falling ill.
咁有個例子，例如假設我哋講緊恐懼嘅，因為我哋有陣時可能會有個恐懼就係話我哋係會生病嘅。
So first we recognize, I have this fear.
咁你首先要就係承認就係我有呢個恐懼嘅。
And that's okay.
冇問題㗎。
Sometimes fear is very useful if there's an immediate danger. It gets us running.
恐懼有陣時其實好有用㗎，例如喺危險嘅時期，恐懼係推動你咧要快啲逃離嗰個危險嘅狀態。
But maybe there's no immediate fear, so then that fear that I feel is not helping me.
咁但可能當冇一個好迫切嘅一個危險喺度嘅時候咧，我呢個恐懼其實咧就可能唔係幫助好大嘅喎。
So then I can ask myself a question.
咁所以我可以問自己一個問題。
I have this fear.
我有呢個恐懼。
Could I, just for now, let go of this fear?
我可唔可以短暫啦？呢個時候，短暫一個時候，放棄唔好有呢個恐懼咧？
Some years ago we did this shanti, shanti, shanti.
咁幾年之前咧，我哋有呢個shanti 平靜。
So this is the same idea. I'm just repackaging it a little bit.
其實咧嗰個概念咧係一樣，不過我而家重新包裝一下嗰陣時嘅一個內容。
So we hold on to our emotions very tight because we think this is me.
我哋其實好執着咧，有陣時我哋呢個情緒，因為我哋會覺得就係呢個就係我啦。
This fear, this is me.
呢個恐懼就係我嚟嘅，我。
If I were to let go of it, where would I be?
如果我冇咗呢個恐懼，咁我去邊
So that's where the questioning comes in.
咁呢個時候咧，就係點解我哋要發問啊？
It's waking up the intelligence to ask, do I really need this?
咁就係咧喚醒咧我哋嘅智力，就係話我哋係咪真係咧有需要咧咁樣做？
Yes. No? Worse. What happened? Something got more echoey and more reverb. Do we need to do something here? Something changed. We're sorry, we didn't mean to offend you. So this question then opens up the intelligence.
咁所以咧呢啲問題咧就係開啟咗我哋嘅智力。
So that the intelligence gets activated to see another possibility.
咁所以我哋就啟動咗呢個智力咧，我哋就可以見到咧其他嘅可能性。
And that then makes it possible to recognize, oh, no, I don't really need this fear.
咁而我哋開啟一個可能性就係我哋可能會發現就係，咦，其實我係唔需要有呢個恐懼嘅喎。
But I might need it in the future.
但我第日可能要需要嘅呢一樣嘢。
So I trick the intelligence, I trick the mind actually, and I say, could I let this go just for now?
咁於是可能我就呃下自己個心意，就係話我可唔可以呢個短暫嘅時期唔好咁諗咧？
Don't worry, you can take it back later, but for now.
唔緊要嘅，唔緊要嘅，我遲啲你都可以繼續咁樣諗嘅，不過短暫之內唔好咁樣諗住先。
And just asking that question to myself could I just for now let go of this feeling?
咁淨係咁樣問嘅時候，其實就係問緊就可唔可以喺呢個短暫嘅期間，我去放棄咗呢一個嘅感覺。
It starts a process in your consciousness.
咁佢喺我哋嗰個覺知入面咧，就產生咗一個開啟咗個新嘅進程。
And at one point, you can ask yourself the question, could I just for now let this go?
咁喺你可以即刻問自己短暫就係話，我喺呢一刻，我可唔可以即刻放棄咗，唔好咁樣諗咧？
And you'll say, yes, of course.
係啊，得，放低佢，即刻放低。
Take it, I don't need it.
我唔需要佢嘅。
Just like we do in life all the time, but not so consciously.
其實就係我哋成日咧生活入面咧，其實我哋可能咧不自覺咧都會咁樣諗，咁樣做咗。
We're not attached to the toys that we had when we were small children, right?
我哋唔會再咧好執着於咧以前細個我哋好緊張、好想要嘅一啲玩具。
But then again, maybe we're attached to some feeling that was attached to those toys. We haven't thoroughly let go of it yet.
咁但當然咧，其實可能我哋咧仲係咧對嗰啲玩具有啲嘅情意結嘅，不過我哋自己好唔為意，我哋其實仲執着有啲情意結喺度。
Maybe we're still attached to the sense of ownership that we had at that time.
我哋其實可能咧都仲有執着咧當時咧我哋嗰個擁有嗰個權力啊，嗰個擁有力呢一樣嘢。
Okay, everyone please repeat.
所有人請重複。
Wow.
Wow.
Let's try it again. Wow.
Wow.
Let's do it once more. Wow.
Wow.
What's Guangdonghua for wow?
Wow.
Surprise.
Yeah, wow. That's a nice feeling, isn't it?
個感覺係咪好好啊？咁樣講嗰陣。
What if you went through your whole life, just everywhere you went and everything you saw, you just immediately felt, wow.
咁你有冇想象，如果未來嘅人生你見到好多嘅事情，有好多事情，你都用呢個態度就係、哇呢個態度去面對咧？
Somebody comes up to you and insults you.
如果有啲人咧行緊你哋面前咧，去辱罵你，
You go, wow.
你可以哇 I can.
You stub your toe, it hurts like anything, and you go, wow.
係啦，然後你踩親自己隻腳，自己話好痛嘅，跟住又哇咁樣。
So, actually, this can be very liberating, the sense of going beyond our limitation, and I think the idea, wow, is suggesting.
咁其實呢一個頭先我哋做嗰個wow嗰個態度就係咧，佢係一種某程度嘅解脫嚟嘅，就係話由我哋之前受嘅限制嗰度去解脫，超越咗呢個限制嘅一個感覺想法。
Okay. Any questions about any of this so far?
去到目前為止，大家有冇其他問題？
Does this make sense?
合唔合理啊？頭先講嘅你覺得
Makes sense. Sound useful?
Yes. 有用嗎？有。
As a tool for Inreach?
作為一個自我嘅追尋嘅一個工具有冇用
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Now, next, I want to. This is all new for me as well as for you. I don't know where this is going. I want to talk about Varnashram Dharma.
接下嚟咧，我哋要討論嘅咧，對我嚟講咧，唔知對你哋咧，可能對我嚟講都好新鮮嘅，以前冇乜討論過嘅。咁就係靈性階層，四階層，社會靈性段，
社會四階層，
靈性社會四階段四階層，係。
We're going to call it internal Varnashram.
咁我哋而家咧係咧講緊我哋內在咧嗰個 靈性階段同社會4階層，係啊。
Okay, as you may know, Lord Chaitanya.
內在重點係內在啊，各位。係咁，我哋知道咧，主宰坦爺啦。
As you may know, Lord Chaitanya once declared.
我哋應該記得咧，就係主宰坦爺曾經講過。
He said, "I'm not a Brahmin, I'm not a Kshatriya, I'm not a Vaishya, I'm not a Shudra, I'm not a Brahmachari, I'm not a Grihasta, I'm not a Vanaprastha, I'm not a Sannyasi." He said, "I'm none of those things."
咁佢咧曾經講過就話，我又唔係婆羅門啦，又唔係剎帝利啦，亦都唔係商人，亦都唔係Shudra 農工嘅階層。同時間我亦都唔係Brahmachari 學生階段啦，唔係居士啦，唔係退休嗰個行著僧嗰個階段，亦都唔係托缽僧嘅階段。
He said, "I'm not any of these things. Then what are you?"
佢話：我呢度任何階層咧都冇我都唔係其中一個嚟嘅。咁你係咩
？Kim tu prodhyanikita paramananda purnamrita gopi bhartu parakamayor dasa dasa anujasa. I am the servant of the servant of the servant of the consorts of the Lord.
我咧係咧主嘅伴侶嘅僕人嘅僕人嘅僕人僕人。
All right, now let's start with Lord Chaitanya's conclusion that we are eternal servants of the servant of the servant of the Lord.
咁我哋可能由咧佢呢個結論咧去開始先啦。咁就係我哋係主嘅僕人嘅僕人嘅僕人。
And now let's work backwards to consider how, in different circumstances, we may feel more like, sometimes more of a Brahmin, sometimes more of a Shudra, sometimes more of a Kshatriya, sometimes more of a Vaishya.
咁但我哋而家咧調翻轉，我哋向咧由頭追溯翻先，即係喺我哋成為僕人嘅僕人嘅僕人之前咧，我哋係咪有時候會覺得自己有啲婆羅門啦，有啲剎帝利咧，有啲商人階層，亦都有陣時可能有啲 Shudra 咁樣嘅特質咧。
Or put it in another sense, when does my best Shudra quality come forward?
或者調轉問
When I do what? When I do X?
就亦都要調，或者再細緻啲問問，就係話，當我做緊啲乜嘢嘅時候，我會覺得我 Shudra 嗰個勞工嗰個階層嘅特質咧，就最能夠顯現出嚟，我係最 Shudra 嘅嗰個時候。
What are the good qualities of a Shudra?
作為 Shudra 嘅一啲好嘅特質係乜嘢
？Loyalty, okay. What else?
Hardworking and physical strength.
Not necessarily. Spiritual?
More straightforward. Laborer.
Labor, that's what they do. They're laboring. Okay.
佢哋就係提供勞動力。
And what is their attitude?
Simple mind.
Okay, simple mind and?
Service. Service.
Service. It's spirit of service.
Action oriented. Not thinking oriented.
Passive, okay.
Obedience.
被動啦，聽話啦，勞動力啦。
So humble.
謙虛啦。
Yeah. Okay. So, is there any time in the course of your day, your week, whatever, when you're doing something where you kind of feel, yeah, this is me. I'm really in my Shudra Bhava now.
咁你哋每一日，你會唔會覺得有啲時候，你會覺得係啊？呢個就係我最 Shudra 嗰個時候啦，我覺得自己。
When I'm doing housework.
做緊家務嗰陣，啲阿媽得豬話。
Yeah. Anything else?
Whenever I'm working in the office.
Oh. All right. What about Vaishya?
咁 Vaishya 商人，
business people.
你啲商人嘅特性，你有冇生意人在場
We're in Vaishya Loka here in Hong Kong.
Vaishya Loka
我哋而家係香港啊，呢個充滿商人嘅一個地方，一個星球，一個空間啊。係啊，有冇人覺得邊個係最 Vaishya 嘅時候？
Yeah. Praveen, do you ever feel like a Vaishya? Huh? Shudra working for a Vaishya. No, but maybe sometimes in your own household, right? When you're doing your own account or something.
Yeah.
Maybe you're the Vaisha in the family.
會唔會你屋企會計咁樣？
Is it too cold there? Should we just open windows?
Anything happen?
We can all move away from there. Do you want to move to another place?
25度咯喎，熄咗開窗佢咯。
唔好開窗啊！一開窗就好嘈。
唔係師傅話如果開窗，
可唔可以用咪啊？
聽唔到啊，對唔住啊。
可唔可以用咪啊？
喂，我驚有回音。喂，
冇㗎，
係啊，
你行開咗啦。
好，唔好意思啊。
因為錄音好細聲。
OK。
Okay, are we okay now? Okay, what about Kshatriya? Anyone sometimes feel, okay, I'm going to teach them a lesson?
有冇人覺得有陣時自己有種好 Kshatriya 戰士咁樣嘅特質出現，或者我俾個教訓佢嘅時候？
Now we're going to get organized.
係啊，我哋而家係時候團結啦。
Martial arts.
Krishna 喺嗰度。
Okay. So, but my point, okay, and then last Brahman sometimes,
Yep.
I feel, yes, I feel a little Brahminical.
或者有冇時候大家覺得我有時好有婆羅門嘅感覺咁樣咧？
I'm studying Shastra. Look at me.
你睇下我讀緊經典啊！
I have memorized a verse.
我記到一個詩詞，
I'm so Brahminical.
我覺得自己好婆羅門啦。
I took shower today 3 times.
我沖咗3次涼，
I'm so Brahminical.
我覺得自己好婆羅門。
浮咗3次啦。
係啊，婆羅門好乾淨咁樣。
Okay, so the point is that sometimes we go on and on discussing about Varnashram and how it might be applied in our society.
咁我哋好多時成日喺度講呢啲階層啦，咁我哋係認為點樣可以應用喺我哋嘅社會度？
But I want to suggest, what if we apply it in our own personal lives and allow ourselves to be sometimes more of one varna than another.
但係我今日想講嘅就係話點樣將呢一個應用喺我哋自己個人嗰個層面先，同埋有陣時會唔會我哋可以係唔止係淨係得一個階層嗰個特性，而係多嗰個階層嗰個特性可以應用到咧？
And even we could, in some sense, apply this to the ashrams.
而且咧係我哋點樣咧可以將呢個咧擺喺咧我哋嗰個4階段嗰度嘅。
Sometimes we might be in a more brahmachari mood.
有陣時可能我哋係一個學生咧精手生嗰個心水。
I don't talk to the ladies.
我唔同女士傾偈嘅。
Or I'm a student now. I'm a student now.
我係一個學生，我而家。
And I'm surrendered to Guru.
我係好臣服於我嘅靈性導師。
I simply hear from Guru. This is brahmachari life.
咁我淨係聽靈性導師嘅，咁呢個係精手生個生活。
And I carry firewood for the Guru. This is traditional Vedic.
咁傳統偉達就係話咧你要為即係擔晒乜都擔咁樣幫靈性導師。
And sometimes we may be more in the grihastha mood.
咁有陣時可能我哋喺個居士個心水嗰度。
We're standing in the house.
我哋支撐住個屋企嘅。
Yeah, even we so-called sannyasis, we have our house, our place. I have my little room for one more day. This is my room, grihastha.
就算有時托缽僧都可能有個咁樣嘅感覺，一間屋咧要支撐住。咁例如我仲有一日喺間房嗰度，咁佢覺得呢間我間房嚟嘅，我嘅範圍嚟嘅啦。
And sometimes we may feel more vanaprastha, time to go to the forest.
咁或者有時我哋有種行腳僧嘅心緒，係時候去森林啦。
And we go on a walk outside in new territories, we go on a picnic.
咁有時可能我哋去新界郊遊嘅時候，我哋有咁嘅心水。
Vanaprastha for a day.
係啦，一日做一日行腳針。
Yes, hiking. That's
係啊，
what
我
I'm
喺
saying.
行山嘅時候做一日行腳針嘅感覺。
And sometimes we may feel, yes, sannyas, that's it, finished, material life.
咁亦都可能有時候有一種托缽真嘅心態，就係得㗎啦，物質生活完晒㗎啦，對我嚟講。
Yes, I don't talk to women, I don't talk to men, I don't talk to anybody.
係啊，我唔同女人講嘢，我都唔同男人講嘢，我邊個都唔講嘢啦，我。
Mona Vrata. Mona Vrata.
Mona Vrata.
The vow of silence.
係啊，就係攞咗嗰個禁言嗰個誓言嘅，佢有啲托缽燈。
Anyway, these are just, how to say, these may be ways of also understanding ourselves and the possibilities that we may have.
咁呢一種其實都可能咧係咧重新咧去理解自我嘅一啲方法嘅，同埋去開拓啲新嘅可能性。
And again, you can experiment with this.
咁但同樣啦，你都要做下啲實驗嘅。
To get out of, to work away from your normal conception of yourself.
咁首先咧就係咧去脫離啦你平時嗰個自己嘅，行出呢一個圈圈。Circle.
Yes. Speaking of circles, I think that's a sign. Now we're going to talk about circles.
係啊，係時候我哋講下圈圈呢個話題啦，亦都。
We have some copies of this passed along. Okay, this is a kind of, I'm calling it an education, a devotional education yantra. A yantra is a diagram.
Diagram. 咁我會叫呢個咧做奉獻啦，同埋有教育性嘅一個圖騰啦。
This grew out of a discussion we were having at Bhaktivedanta College in Radhadesh in Belgium about how to conceive of our college. What is it that we actually want to do there?
咁呢個咧就係我喺比利時啦Radhadesh 嗰個Bhaktivedanta 學院咧嗰陣時嗰啲授課其中一個咧討論出嚟嘅，就係話我哋喺度想像緊咧，我哋可以為嗰個學員啦，希望可以達至啲乜嘢目標。
So one day I had this brainstorm.
有一日咧，我哋做一個思考嘅思想嘅思考啦。 Thinking.
Brainstorm.
腦震盪啦，佢活動啦。
The mind is cooking.
個腦好似煮緊嘢咁樣，有好多嘅想法喺度翻滾嘅。
The cranks are going.
有啲齒輪喺度喺度喐緊。
Yeah. That's a brainstorm.
係啦，咁就喺個腦入面好似有個風暴咁樣喺度旋轉緊嘅。
And this is what came out of the storm.
咁而呢一個咧就係咧經歷咗呢個咁激烈嘅思想之後咧出現嘅結果。
I'm sharing this with you with the idea that you might have your own idea for such a yantra.
咁嗱，我同你哋分享呢一個圖案啦。咁但係其實你哋應該每個人都可能有自己嘅想法嘅。
Maybe this is not how it should be for you.
咁可能咧呢個唔係咧適合你或者對你最適合嘅。
But I think part of stretching ourselves in our possibility is thinking about our ongoing education.
咁但呢個咧係對於我哋將來嘅學習啦、教育啦，係可以有一個延伸呢個擴展嚟嘅。
And education is not only about Shastra.
咁我哋嘅教育啦，唔係淨係得經典嘅。
It's about connecting ourselves with the world, and therefore we come to this word outreach.
咁亦都係講緊就係點樣同外世界咧去連結，亦都我哋頭先嗰個擴展社群呢一個 outreach 呢個意思。
So as you see, I'll just explain briefly how I thought things could be. In the center, of course, is bhakti.
咁咧，首先我簡單介紹一下咧，我個想法先啦。呢個要有咩可能性？首先個中心咧就係 bhakti 奉愛。
And then we have 3 principles: God, world, and self.
咁我哋有3個本質咧，就係咧3個嘅主旨啦。咁就係上主啦、國啦、自我啦、self 啦，同埋世界 world 嘅。
Which are the subjects of theology.
咁就係神學嘅主題。
But they're also the subjects of so many other things.
咁亦都有其他嘅好多嘅主題嘅。
And then we have the other triangle with karma, jnana, and yoga.
咁另外咧，仲有一個倒三角啦。咁嗰個就係有瑜伽啦、智慧知識瑜伽啦，咁同埋係果報業報瑜伽嘅。
And these are the sort of standard margas described in Bhagavad Gita, along with, of course, bhakti.
咁當然咧係喺國家梵歌嘅時候有詳述嘅概述啦，咁亦都咧係同奉愛咧係一齊喺度講嘅喺國家梵歌入面。
And I want to suggest that there's a place for karma, jnana, and yoga. If they're in the right place, then they don't interfere with bhakti.
咁我想講嘅就係話咧，呢3樣嘢咧，其實咧應該都有佢嘅位置嘅，只要佢唔會影響到嗰個 bhakti 嘅時候，佢應該有佢位置喺度出現。
But they may serve bhakti, and they may connect us to the world.
佢咧係會服務咗咧呢3樣嘢都可以用嚟服務於咧奉愛嘅，同時間咧佢係將我哋咧透過呢3樣嘢可以連結世界嘅。
So then we have a circular river that goes around.
咁然後出面有個圓形啦，嗰條河啦，有個圓形嘅河圍住佢哋啦。
And maybe I should say before that, within that circle there will be Shastra study within the circle.
咁其實我哋應該都再講少少，因為喺呢個圓形之內咧，其實有研讀經典嘅一啲方面嘅仲有。
And there's different levels of Shastra also.
咁亦都有唔同嘅程度嘅經典嘅。
But that's getting more complicated.
都咁又複雜化件事啦，好似。
So then we have this river. This is like the Viraja River.
咁呢個有似個 Viraja 嗰條河咁樣。
It's the river between the material world and the spiritual world.
嗰條咧就係咧係靈性世界與物質世界分隔兩邊嘅河啊，嗰條。
So here the spiritual world is inside.
咁而呢個靈性世界咧就係喺嗰條河嗰個圍圈嘅河喺中間嗰度。
And then outside we have essentially 4 areas of discipline of education. On the left we have philosophy, on the top theology, then I put environmental studies on the right, and then on the bottom arts.
咁而喺呢個河嘅出面咧，咁就係有4個方向咧，代表4種教育嘅範疇嘅。咁最左邊啦，咁就係哲學。咁北邊嗰個咧就係神學。咁東面嗰個咧，咁我就放咗咧就係話環境嘅學習環境研究。跟住咧最下面藍嗰個咧就講藝術嘅。
And then we have 4 practices in between the 4 disciplines of learning. So, yeah.
咁而喺呢4種學教育嘅範疇中間咧，就各自再放呢4種咧方法嘅學習教育嘅方法。
So we have on the top right corner, we have reading.
咁我哋喺東北面啦，就係有閱讀啦。
Then writing.
跟住。
Then languages and then presentation.
咁之後再斜下面嗰個咧，右邊斜角嗰個咧就係寫作，咁然後再隔一格咧就係語言，然後咧再西北面嗰個咧就係講緊 presentation 即係演説啊，即係報告啊，係啦。
Presentation is a fancy word for speaking.
咁presentation 啦，呢個報告啦係一個可能講説話嘅一個比較靚啲嘅修飾詞啊。
But it could include all sorts of things.
但係可以包含好多嘢嘅。
But broadly speaking, we say presentation.
咁我哋大概咧將佢叫做咧就叫做報告。
So the idea is, then we have on the outer area, you see it says tradition at the top, and at the bottom it says creativity, on the right insight, on the left analysis.
咁然後咧，我哋咧再出面咧，你會見到其實仲有4個字嘅。咁最上面咧就寫住傳統啦，跟住係啟示一啲啟發啦，跟住下面咧就係創造力啦，然後咧再西面嗰個講分析嘅。
So these are, we might say, sort of energy fields, sorts of energy which bring about education.
咁我哋咧將呢個稱為咧係可以咧帶來教育咧後面所需要嘅4種能量咁樣嘅類似。
So tradition is very important. We look back to tradition. We learn from tradition.
咁我哋咧傳統好重要，因為我哋可能要咧審視翻咧我哋嗰個傳統係乜嘢啦，舊時嗰個係點樣做法啦。
Now everyone's too hot. This is the material world reality. What's needed is a good old-fashioned electric fan.
Yeah.
Oh well, next time.
Or a servant standing.
Or, yes. Okay, so tradition, so all of these, tradition, insight, creativity, and analysis, these are like different energies that we use in educating, becoming thoughtful, becoming deeper understanding.
咁而呢4種嘅能量咧，對我哋教育好重要啦，因為佢可以提供咧，令我哋變得更加會思索嗰個內在啦，一啲深層啲嘅意義嘅。
Yeah. So this is quite crude. It's just a sketch, and it could be elaborated in so many ways, or it could be changed.
咁當然啦，而家呢幅圖咧，其實都仲係好粗糙嘅。其實佢可以更加詳細咧，每一個部分咧都可以詳細去解説嘅，同埋有好多位咧都可以再去改變。
But again, maybe this will be useful for you to think about how it is you want to move forward in your spiritual life, but your education, your deeper understanding of life.
咁但係咧，我希望呢幅圖可能咧會幫助到大家咧，就去思索咧，就係你哋嗰個靈修啦，你哋嗰個教育啦，同埋咧係你嗰個內在咧點樣咧去可以深層咁樣咧去思考你哋嗰個人生嘅。
What do you think?
大家點睇啊？
Possibly useful.
有冇可能咧？覺得會唔會可能有用啊
Little bit abstract.
有啲係空泛啊，會唔會？
Anyway, you can take these with you and meditate on them.
咁但無論點都，你可以攞住呢張紙走翻去對住佢冥想啊。
And I'm looking for some graphic artists who would be inspired to transform this into a proper piece of digital graphics. 咁我哋都喺度揾緊咧，有冇啲專業啲嘅電腦藝術師咧，可以幫我哋執一執幅圖，等佢變得靚啲啦，可以用嚟俾其他人睇咁樣。 Okay. And now I have one more thing to share with you, which has 9 parts.
咁而家咧，我有另外多一個咧想同你哋分享嘅事，咁而呢樣嘢咧有9個部分。
Again, for your toolbox for Inreach.
咁亦都咧係一個咧對我哋追尋內在咧嘅一個工具嚟嘅。
I want to share with you something which His Holiness Sachinandana Swami wrote for his followers as a New Year's greeting and blessing at the beginning of January.
咁樣咧，呢個就係1月嘅時候啦。Krishna Swami 咧寫俾佢嘅門徒嘅9樣嘢嚟嘅。
He makes a general point first, and he says that, which way was it? Hope is the tree upon which determination grows. 咁
佢首先講咗一個好空泛嘅一個論點先嘅，咁就係話咧希望咧就係你嘅堅嗰個決心嘅一棵樹嘅生長嘅基礎。
Does that make sense?
咁大家覺得有冇合唔合理
？Hope is the tree upon which determination grows.
determination grow。係啦，希望咧就係其實咧係啦，喺一棵決心咧嗰棵樹上面咧要成長咧。
God knows what she translated.
希望係決心可以喺嗰度成長。
你搞清楚。
佢意思即係話希望係嗰棵樹，而喺呢個希望嘅樹上面咧係會係可以生長出呢一個嘅決心。
唔係the tree of determination 啊，即係 determination 係個決心嗰棵樹，咁成長就喺上面。Upon which grow， hope 可以喺上面生長。
Determination grows on the tree.
Yes。
你調翻轉決心
係喺嗰棵樹上面生長。
決心係嗰
唔係
希望係喺決心嗰棵樹上面生長。
Jai, we got it.
Yeah.
Okay, now Maharaj gives us 9 practical points for developing inspiration.
咁咧而家咧Maharaj 咧佢係就俾咗9個範疇啦，咁就點樣可以實際咧去做到嘅？點樣可以有呢個啟發
Are we ready for number 1?
因為大家準備好聽第一個未咧
Number 1, choose good friends and dare to talk with them of things you are usually silent about.
Choose good friends.
Choose good friends and dare to talk with them of things you are usually silent about.
係啦，咁就係咧選擇一個好嘅朋友，而咧你係可以同佢咧傾一啲平時你係咧唔講嘅一啲話題嘅。
You can underline the word choose.
咁你可以咧係間低咧重點選擇呢個字。
Okay, ready for number 2?
好啦，準備迎接第2個範疇未
Know that in giving service, compassion, and time for your ultimate goals, the real treasures of life are given to you. Know that in giving service, compassion, and time for your ultimate goals, the real treasures of life are given to you.
Know that is giving service, compassion, and time.
咁要知
of your ultimate goal.
Goals. The real treasures of life are given to you.
咁係知道啦，當我哋去
don't get it.
No, I don't think it's the right time to translate because they're dictating.
Here, the word to underline is giving.
係啦，咁頭先講嘅就係話啦，要知道啦，喺我哋提供服務嘅時候啦，咁係有慈悲心啦，同埋用時間啦，去達至我哋最終嘅目標。咁同時間咧，真正嘅生命嘅寶藏咧，就已經係賜予咗俾你。咁個重點就係賜予 giving 嗰個字。
Okay.
給予。
Number 3.
There are two different. The first
giving
service
giving to
to
you. That is not that one. Okay. Just the first giving.
應該係第二嗰個。
giving or given
giving service 提供服務。
哦，
第一個係係啦，第二個係前，第一個係給予啊。第一個係話當做服務嘅時候。
In other words, instead of always giving your time for this and that and the other thing, give time, give service and compassion for your ultimate goals.
咁佢意思就係話咧，與其喺度爭取緊一啲嘅時候咧，咁佢提供服務啦，又用咗慈悲心同埋時間咧，去為你嗰個最終嗰個目標，呢個先係重點。
Okay, number 3.
Ultimate goals.
That is another subject. But that's all of this is to help us to get what those are.
咁啊，對住頭先問咩係最終嘅目標啦，咁呢個係另一個話題嚟㗎啦。咁但係頭先我哋傾過嗰啲嘢咧，都會係令我哋希望可以揾到我哋嗰個最終嗰個目標嗰樣嘢。
Number 3.
第三
Act out of love rather than duty.
用愛去行動，而唔係依賴住責任，唔係出於責任。
Yes. And here, the words act out of love are to be underlined.
咁我哋要咧間低咧，就係話咧用愛去行動。
He has in parentheses, he says, of course, there are things we have to continue to do responsibly even when they are difficult.
咁當然佢之後佢再解釋就係話咧，咁當然有啲事情咧係因為出於責任啦，我哋咧其實都係要做嘅，雖然唔喜愛佢都要。
And number 4.
第4
Learn to think thoughts that give you energy.
思想。學習咧，佢諗一啲想法係能夠為你提供力量嘅想法。
Okay? And you can underline the word think.
咁你要可能間低咧，就係思考 think 嗰個字啊。
But I would also underline the word learn. Learn to think.
但咧，我都會咧提議咧間埋咧學習呢個學習去思考。
Okay?
學習去思考一啲想法，一啲能夠提供力量嘅想法。
Ready for number 5?
準備好聽第5個未
Not yet.
For example, thoughts. What kind of thoughts that give us energy?
Many thoughts. Okay, number 5. Read the Srimad Bhagavatam every day.
Wow! 跟住之後嗰個就係每日都閱讀聖典課加雅談。
Okay. Of course, we could discuss each one of these a lot, but I'm sure.
咁當然其實我哋每個由於時間關係，我哋冇乜時間可以逐個去細節咁樣講啦。雖然我哋可以嘅本身。
Okay, number 6.
第6點。
Remember every day that you are a citizen of the spiritual world, spending a little time in the guest house of planet Earth. Remember, you are a citizen of the spiritual world. And you're just spending a little time in the guest house of the material world.
第六點啦，記得咧你係靈性世界嘅居民，而你而家只係短暫暫居於喺地球呢一間旅館入面嘅啫。
And you can underline the word remember.
咁你可以間低記得記住。
Dictation.
English lessons. Okay, number 7.
第7項。
Let go of your fear. Surrender! Exclamation. Do this by consciously choosing small acts which you do only for the pleasure of the Lord. Let go of your fear. Surrender. How to do this? Conscientiously choose small acts which you do only for the pleasure of the Lord. Conscientiously means carefully, thoughtfully. Choose small acts. Little things. Which you do only for the pleasure of the Lord.
放棄無有恐懼，臣服啦，有知覺地去選擇做一啲細微嘅事情，而呢啲事情係淨係為咗主嘅享樂而做嘅。
Okay.
有知覺、覺知嘅 consciousness。
In other words, conscientious means with care, carefully, attentively, mindfully.
好精心咧去做出嚟嘅，細心。
Okay, ready for number 8.
咁第8項。
Write down your realizations and share them with others.
寫低你嘅覺悟，然後同其他人分享。
And here you can underline the word write.
咁你可以咧間低寫。
In number 7, you can underline the word surrender.
而頭先之前嗰點咧，你記得間低咧就係話 surrender 臣服嗰點。
And are we ready for number 9?
第9點啦。
Listen, underlined, to saints every day. Listen to saints every day.
每日都聆聽聖人。
S-A-I-N-T-S, saints. Listen to the saints.
係啊，聆聽聖人嘅話。
係咪嗰啲人即係未過身嘅聖人？
應該冇去到咁深入。Message you ask, does it mean a living saint or those passed away saints?
Both.
兩樣都要。
Yeah.
One can read as well. Then. One can read.
Yes, that's part of reading.
Reading, okay.
But you can also listen. There's now so many recordings.
而家都有好多錄音。YouTube 啦，上去可以聽到好多人講課。
Okay, there we have it. So I've suggested a few things for the toolbox for your Inreach, and the aim of the Inreach is not to keep it all inside, but eventually to come to more effective outreach.
咁所以咧，今日咧我就提供咗咧幾種嘅唔同嘅方法啦，係咧為咗我哋咧 Inreach 咧係咧探索我哋自己嗰個內心嘅。咁而記住啦，我哋最後得到嗰啲咧唔係要自己收埋喺我哋嘅內心，而係咧希望我哋最終嘅目標係可以有效咁樣 outreach 擴展翻呢個世界，向外擴展翻嘅。
Yeah, when we get good with God in the heart, then we can open up to the rest of the world. We can cooperate with each other more effectively to reach out.
咁當我哋咧可以係從內心咧得到主嘅一啲嘅好處嘅時候啦，咁而我哋最終咧希望咧透過將呢啲事情咧係分享俾其他人嘅，向呢個世界咧擴展嘅，有效咁樣咧去擴展出去，分享翻出去嘅。
And that outreach will be effective because people will sense, oh, these people are inreachers.
咁點解會有效咧？因為啲外面嘅人就會開始理解到就話係喎，佢哋喺個內心係探索過自我嘅喎，佢個內心係經過思索。
And they could help me to also do some inreaching.
佢哋係可以幫助我咧去做翻啲向內嘅探索嘅追尋。
And then they'll want to participate also in the community.
咁亦都從而可以吸引佢哋咧去加入呢一個社群嗰度參加我哋活動。
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
Ananta Bhakti Vaishnava Vrinda ki
Jai.
Gaur Premanande.
Hare.
Thank you all so much. I wish you all the best.
希望各位都可以順利啦。
In your spiritual journeys.
喺你嘅靈修路途上。
Skyrocketing back home, back together.
一路向上可以直至回歸手神，順利咁樣。呢個。Jai。